A monologue is a speech given by a single character in a story. In drama, it is the vocalization of a character's thoughts, traditionally a device used in theater, a speech to be given on stage. But today, its use extends to film and television. Hi, I'm Nevaeh Cable. I'm 11 years old and I'm an actress. I started acting when I was 5 years old in Monologues. At 6, I auditioned for an agent using a dramatic and comedy monologue and was signed. I would like to talk to you about creating a monologue. A monologue is a performance created by a single person in a story. You can use them as an audition for an agent or casting to show off your skills as an actor or actress. My first dramatic monologue was The Not So Perfect Child. It's a very dramatic monologue and it shows off the actor's expressions in a very dramatic way. I was 5 years old when I shot this, and it took days of rehearsals to remember the lines and get the feeling of the not so perfect child.
She's supposed to ruin my life. Lock me out like I'm some sort of mistake. I'm just a copy of a copy. Not as good as the original. Not as good as you. You are so perfect. Everyone around me is so perfect. And there's nothing left over for me. I am the leftover failures, the fatty waste you toss to the dogs. Maybe if you hadn't forgotten me, I won't be used instead anymore.
Here's a monologue written by kids from Kids Connection. This was my second monologue I ever did about 5 years ago. It's about my dad taking me to Disney and going on a ride after eating hot dogs. It's considered a comedy, and you might even get a laugh out of it.
The line was forever. Then I started to question my dad about the 4 corn dogs he had wolfed out while waiting in line. Then it happened. As soon as we hit the first dip in the track, off my dad hurls. Think it must have hit some people in the cars behind us. Because for being at Disneyland, I sure heard a lot of bad language. If you go, I suggest sitting in the front. Thank you guys. That was my trip to Disneyland. Bye.
Another monologue called Can't Sleep was a fun one to work on. I shoot most of my monologues on green screen and have to pretend that the other actors are actually there. In Can't Sleep, I see an elephant outside my window and scream at musicians to be quiet so I can sleep.
There are elephants outside my window, and now I just can't sleep. My mom says is that I'm just too far imaginative to sleep. But can you blame me? The best things happen at night. I toss and turn, but the sounds of hundreds of marathon runners are racing and thumping down the streets bothers me.
A monologue I recently did called Scared of the Dark. I had to transition into multiple scenes using multiple cameras, kind of like a newscaster looking from one camera to another. You're asking why I don't go out alone at night. Well, let me tell you. I don't go out alone at night because of the possibilities. Now don't get me wrong, there are so many good possibilities hiding in the darkness. Seeing all the stars and constellations. Finding an underground party filled with bright lights and happy faces. Seeing the world from a different perspective than I see during the day. And if I'm being honest, the bad things outweigh the good. So I settle for staying home at night. That way, I don't have to worry about the things that could go right or could go wrong if I go out into the darkness. When performing a monologue, you might be talking to an imaginary friend. As an actor, it's your job to imagine that imaginary friend is there. Where are they on set, and how are they reacting to you? Read and reread the monologue. Think about who your character is. Is she shy, funny, mean, kind? Does she play off the camera or another character? Learning monologues are really good to have, especially when you need something for an audition. You can view more of my monologues on my YouTube channel.